WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. They are the people you call when you have an emergency, but the Lowndes County E911 service is finding it hard to get the right people for the job. 2 months ago, supervisors dissolved the E911 board and placed EMA Director Cindy Lawrence in charge. Lawrence has reached out to response agencies, including the Columbus Police Department, asking for their assistance. Our Quentin Smith speaks with Lawrence about the need to find more workers. He joins us now live with more. Quentin.
Andrea, Police Chief Oscar Lewis understands how understaffed the E911 call center is. Over the weekend, he sent out a memo asking his department to lend a helping hand. In that memo, he asked for officers to help answer phone calls as well as help take notes. Now, as of right now, the E911 call center only has 15 employees. That's a low number that department leaders are hoping to increase within the next few months.
I met with the response agencies on last week and talked to them about some assistance they can provide for us with 911 in the event we have an emergency situation. We need them there.
Emergency Services Director Cindy Lawrence is working hard to restructure the Lowndes County E911 call center. County leaders are happy with all of the current operations.
We have qualified people working for Lowndes County E911. And those people are responsible for the response calls for the entire county. I feel confident that those people are qualified people, that the department is operating and doing a great job.
However, in order to restructure the department and become fully staffed, Lawrence says it means needing to hire more workers.
I'd like to have at least 4 dispatchers per shift. Right now we have 4 shifts. 2 shifts a day, 2 shifts at night, and as a part of restructuring, I am wanting to hire new dispatchers.
But finding reliable and qualified employees hasn't always been easy.
Right now it's been hard because getting people to multitask and, typing in and listening to the call is difficult for some people, and I don't know if they're not understanding when they actually take the test. We do give them a test. Split ear test where you can hear and write down what you hear, and I think that's some people don't understand the multitasking.
Despite the struggle, Lawrence remains confident that she'll find the dedicated and dependable workers she needs. In fact, she expects the department to be fully staffed by September.
I'm trying to find people who are dependable, 21 years of age, high school diploma, and to multitask. You have to multitask, know how to listen to a call, understand what they're saying, and typing in the information and dispatching.
Now, the E911 call center is hiring right now as we speak. If anyone is interested in applying, come by their office here at the courthouse between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. to pick up an application. Reporting live in Columbus, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
All right, Quentin, thanks so much for that report. Residents of a Tupelo neighborhood are hoping security camera footage will help nab 2 people who stole bicycles from some garages. Around 1 o'clock Sunday morning, a home security camera caught 2 suspects outside of a home in Wildwood subdivision. The footage shows what appears to be a female suspect walking up to the garage and stealing a bicycle. Jared Collins noticed the theft of his son's new Huffy bicycle the next day and notified police. He also found out other homes in the area were targeted.
Somebody's going to end up getting hurt over a Huffy bike or an iPad out of a car, and that's one thing that really disturbs me the most. We live in a great neighborhood here. All of our neighbors are real. We're very tight-knit. We look out for each other, and it just disturbs us all.
Now, Tupelo police are investigating the theft and say any tips you may have are appreciated. Time now to check in with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson to get a first look at our forecast on this Monday. Hey, Keith.
The suspense, Andrea, the suspense. Okay, weather-wise here this evening, some pretty good downpours here across our southern counties. It's raining pretty good here in Noxubee County, some thunder and lightning, some refreshing breezes, some pretty good downpours. Nothing too severe in our area right now, nothing severe actually, but we do have some rain out there, some downpours also trying to come in from the northeast, and we have some additional activity back to the west. So that's what we have going on across our region right now, some scattered showers and thunder showers. We're warm, around 90 degrees, cooler 70s. If you've seen the rain. So some showers and thunder showers possible this evening. Those will go away. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. A recently formed political action committee is working to drum up support for the state's public schools. Members of the Mississippi Education PAC have been traveling the state, reaching out to lawmakers and trying to keep schools on the front burner. One of the group's aims is to find people willing to invest in public education. Mississippi's schools rank near the bottom nationally. Members say one of the key issues is funding.
We are 47th in the nation in per pupil spending. We just don't believe that's not a commitment that we're proud of. And we want to see that change. And we want folks in the legislature that want to stand up for what we believe to be our greatest resource, which is our children.
The PAC is looking to back the pro-public education candidate in the race to replace Representative Tyrone Ellis. Well, it's been sitting vacant for the last 5 years. Now the Choctaw Regional Medical Center is finding new use for an old building. WCBI's Parker King took a walk through the renovations. He joins us now in the studio to explain the need for the expansion and what to expect in the future. Parker?
Andrea, this is the only long-term care center in the county, and they need more room. More and more people are either being added to the waiting list or going to different counties. With these renovations, residents will be able to keep their loved ones closer to home.
It's using the most of what you've already been given.
This facility's been vacant for quite a while. It's about 5 or 6 years. And it was just important for us to bring it back to life and put a new face on the community, as well as provide a service that's needed in this community.
This new service will be a 13-room expansion to the nursing home just next door. Hospital administration had thoughts on how to use this space. Adding to the nursing home seems to be a perfect fit.
The community has invested in this facility and the new hospital, and they were looking for ways to utilize this space, and it was just a natural fit to expand the nursing home to accommodate more residents.
Funding is mainly going towards the interior, new carpet and new technology, as well as renovations to make a chapel. Fortunately for the community, not much money will have to be spent on the facility because it's already there.
The majority of the work is done. We're waiting now to get our emergency generator installed to handle the rest of the facility. New HVAC systems and hot water systems, and the renovations has been tremendous.
One of the main reasons for this extension is more and more people in the area are placed on the waiting list, or they go somewhere else.
It's a hard decision for anyone to put their loved one in a nursing home. And so if you do get to that point, you want to keep mom or dad or your aunt or your uncle, your loved one, as close to home as possible.
Other parts of that building in the expansion will feature a new dining hall, a new recreation room, a barbershop, and a spa. This renovation is expected to be complete around October. Andrea, back to you.
A spa, I love it. I love it. We all know our pets need extra attention this time of year, but what about some larger animals who may not be from around these parts? We take a look when we come back. All right, welcome back, everyone. We all know the summer heat is tough on people, but that same heat and humidity means extra work for caretakers at Tupelo's Buffalo Park, who watch over a few animals that aren't native to our area. A team of experts takes care of more than 100 animals, and during summer months, extra measures are taken to help keep the exotic animals cool. For instance, there are misters running in many of the cages. There are also fans and large buckets of ice placed in the animals' cages.
The tigers we watch a lot, and they have the misters mainly on them. The turtles have misters over there too. It just really depends. I mean, most animals are, they're wild, so outside they're used to heat, but you just have to make sure even your regular farm animals, you want to check on them constantly too and make sure they've got plenty of water, put ice water in there with it to make it cooler for them.
And very recently, the Buffalo Park has acquired a female camel named Josephine and 3 9-month-old water buffaloes. 7 new human cases of West Nile virus have been reported in the state just in the last week. That's according to the Mississippi State Health Department. That brings the total up to 10 cases this year. Those new cases are in Covington, Hinds, Humphreys, LaFleur, and Perry counties. Last year, there were 43 cases in the state with 2 deaths. Health officials say this is the peak season for West Nile in Mississippi, and of course you are advised to remove standing water and wear clothing that covers your skin when you're outside.
I spy some showers and thunder showers east of Tupelo right now. That's our Alpha Insurance camera looking due east, and some of that is moving back to the west. A full rundown in your forecast up next.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Bubbling clouds out there today. Our Alpha Insurance time lapse from downtown Tupelo shows you that right there. Hot and humid. There were a few raindrops in the Columbus City proper, downtown, but it really didn't amount to too much. Now, let's take a live look into Vernon, Alabama at Durham's Pharmacy. You can see some building clouds here, some showers. We're looking to the northwest of downtown Vernon, so a little bit of rain out there in Lamar County. And you can see that camera position right there looking back to the northwest, and you can see, maybe I should have turned it to the northeast because we have a pretty good thunder shower east of Sulligent, and I got a message on Facebook a few minutes ago saying, please let one of those downpours meander into Sulligent. Well, it looks like we may actually get one there in Sulligent, so that's always nice to see. Some blips showing back up here out towards Water Valley, Coffeyville, east of Grenada, near Grenada Lake, and also down here near Starkville. Some of these cells just popping up, and they'll drop some rain, produce a little bit of thunder and lightning, and then collapse. The heaviest batch of rain right now in central and southwestern parts of Noxubee County. And you can see where the heaviest rain has been from Macon to Louisville to south of Ackerman to just north of Kosciuszko here, where in Atala County we still have a flash flood warning until 8:15. Some spots over 3 inches of rain estimated by radar. And we were really protected initially today with some stable air, and then things become a little bit more unstable during the daytime heating. So all of this is going to go away by mid-evening at the latest, it would appear, just like clockwork this time of year. We'll tend to flare things up again, much like we did today on Tuesday. Not as active on Wednesday or Thursday, but there will be another front coming on in from the northwest later this week that will bump up our rain chances a little bit. So we can go with 30% tomorrow, about 20 or 10 Wednesday, Thursday, and then 30, 40, maybe up to 50 here Friday into Saturday, and then another drop off. And that will usher in some cooler air for next week. Right now, if you haven't had the rain, we are in the 90-degree range, very high heat index. But if you have the rain, you're likely down into the 70s right now. We should stabilize somewhere in the mid to low 70s tonight. Our plans are for tomorrow. Yes, indeed. We start out in the upper 70s. We will get to around 90 or 91, give or take. Pop-up showers and storms certainly possible. There you go. Upper 80s to low 90s. Here's your 7-day. Wednesday, Thursday. Low to mid 90s here, so very hot again the middle of this week, and then some cooler 80s by Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Coming up, a new era begins at Ole Miss as Mississippi native Matt Luke takes over here from the new man in charge of the Rebels. Next in sports.
WCDI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Matt Luke officially takes center stage as the interim head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. The Gulfport, Mississippi native and Ole Miss alum takes over a team that has been swarmed by controversy for more than a year. In last week's press conference, athletic director Ross Bjork said of Luke, quote, "He's a leader, he's a rock, he's an Ole Miss Rebel."
I can truly tell y'all today that this is my dream job. It's a job that I've been preparing my whole life for. I feel more strongly now than ever that I'm the right man to run this program.
You can see how invested he is in this university and his job as the online coach, which he used to be. I remember at halftime him always, giving, halftime speeches before we went out there, and I remember that always, lighting a fire under my belt, even when I wasn't playing. One of our goals as a team this year, and as a coaching staff, is to, go out there and give it our all and, win as many games as we can, so that he's not a Band-Aid coach.
The Clarion Ledger also reports that Ole Miss has received the NCAA's response to the school's latest response on the allegations, and the school will release yet another response in due time. To the high school football tour, Academy Week continues with one of the most explosive offenses in the MAIS. The Heritage Academy Patriots are the next stop in our 16 schools in 60 days marathon.
WCBI 60 Schools in 60 Days is brought to you by Toyota, Let's Go Places, and Emerson Animal Hospital, where your pets are family in West Point.
Heritage Academy was an offensive juggernaut a season ago, averaging nearly 38 points per game and reaching the 10-win plateau for the first time in recent memory. With those kinds of stats, last season proves the Patriots are ready to hit the ground running in 2017.
Last year had a great group, got as close as we could to getting into that state championship game. I think I'm excited this year because we have a group that knows how close we got and want to take that next step. We've had a great summer, great attendance. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys' hard work come to fruition.
Obviously, we've been working really hard. Coach pretty much completely changed via football at the school. We really bought in last year, and we're hoping to expand on that this year.
Everybody bought into the process. Everybody competing, trying to get better every day in the weight room, practice, every time, every day.
Head coach Sean Harrison hopes to build on a tremendous first season at Heritage Academy, much like his predecessor, Barrett Donahoe, who had success in his first year with the Patriots. Coach Harrison hopes, despite losing 15 seniors, that the camaraderie and chemistry of this year's team will take the program to new heights.
We all love each other. It's a big brotherhood in the locker room. We've all played, well, most of us have played with each other for at least the past 2 years, so we all know each other really good. I just see it as a big family.
I like the chemistry. All of us coming together. We really bought in as a family, and we've been working hard all summer, and hopefully we have results for the state championship.
There's no doubting Heritage can be the real deal once again this upcoming season, especially with a superstar like Dante Gray. He ran circles around opposing defenses last year. He's a member of a top-notch group of skill guys that gives the Patriots bona fide aspirations for a state title.
So what do you want to go out as a senior then, this year, last year?
State champion. State champion.
Realistically, this year, the way we match up, if we can get through our district, I think the playoffs will be much easier. I think, we're in the toughest district in the state. And you add Canton to it, defending 2A state champion. If we can come out of district and get in the playoffs, I think anybody out of our district has a shot to win it.
Heritage will start the season on the road at Kirk Academy before 3 straight home games against Manchester, Wayne, and Lamar. With the Patriots on the high school football tour, Robbie Donahoe, WCBI Sports.
That does it for sports. With Alaska, your forecast coming up after the break.
New severe thunderstorm warning, a rogue storm here in central Oktibbeha County, including Starkville, producing some very heavy rain, lots of lightning and thunder. Chance for some hailstones, maybe up to the size of a quarter, but that's the outside exception to the general rule here. A lot of this stuff will perk on up and produce some very heavy rainfall and then collapse. And all that is probably going to be done by mid-evening. So consider yourself lucky if you're getting a downpour. And we'll have several more opportunities here. Pretty hot for the next week.
My husband does not feel like that's lucky because he hand washed for whatever reason last night. Decided to
Do
hand
not
wash.
wash the car in
I said
summer.
it's guaranteed it's going to rain now.
Maybe I need to do that at my place.
Oh,
It's so
there you
dry.
go. All right, that's the news at 6. Enjoy the rest of the evening.